everybody, welcome back. We are here with Landon Quiñones. Everybody, welcome, man. Happy to have you. What a fight you just had.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm happy you also said my last name right because everyone says Quiñones, and they always forget the little line on the top of the N in my
Yeah.
name. It killed me.
But yeah, to be honest, I've been practicing it a bit because I didn't want to get it wrong because
Nice.
I could assume that was a thing you encounter every now and then, right?
All the time, bro. All the time.
Yeah. Beautiful performance at DBX, Mike Perry's and John Jones promotion. Was that 2 weekends ago, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels like, bro. I think it had been like 3 weeks because I had surgery on my jaw. I broke my jaw in the fight. So.
Oh, you did? Really?
Yeah. Look, you see.
Ah, yeah. Goddamn.
Yeah, my mouth is wired. I'm talking through my teeth. I can't open my mouth.
Yeah, I can see actually. Okay,
It's
shit.
annoying.
You're good though. Recovering fine.
I mean, bro, it was the only damage I took the whole fight.
Yeah.
I was fine. Like, my face was fine. I wasn't really bruised up. No cuts. No nothing.
Yeah,
I got hit with one punch at the beginning of the third round and cracked my shit.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I feel like I put on a really good performance. I had a lot of fun in there, and it was just so good to be back.
Definitely beautiful defense you've had in the fight as well, and that elbow you did from behind, that was crisp as fuck, man.
Yeah, one of my favorites. It's become a little signature of mine at this point. You know, that
Yeah.
back elbow.
Yeah. Well, as far as I know, DBX as well was saying that it was one of the best fights of the evening. Did you ever get that bonus, or is that not final yet?
Unfortunately not. You
No.
know, I think as far as a technical standpoint, I think I put on a master class for the DBX rule set.
Yep.
And as far as like the skill display of all the fighters on the card, I think I had the best. But they gave it to Jancy, who was the Brazilian dude that they had a crazy fight. Him and I forgot the other dude's name, but they knocked each other down like 4 times. Like, he can't come from my knockout. It was like sloppy and brawly, but it was very entertaining, so I can understand why they got it. But from what I was told from Malky, they were going to give multiple bonuses. They felt people were deserving of it. So I think I should have got one, but it is what it is, bro. I've been robbed a few times of bonuses, right? When I fought Nasra again, then when I fought this one too, like I've been, it's not my first rodeo, so
No.
it is what it is. Just on to the next one and just keep working hard, keep getting better, and try to make a statement each time, and eventually something's got to give, right? So
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. And as well, I can see you're almost due to have a baby. Not you, obviously, but your girlfriend.
So soon, like 6 weeks, I want to say now.
6
My
weeks.
girl is 34 weeks pregnant, so 6 more
Okay.
weeks, man. I'm having my first kid. I'm having a little girl, man. I'm super excited.
Yeah. Okay. You have another girl.
No, this is my first one.
Oh,
having a little girl.
Yeah.
Having a little
Okay. I
girl.
see. And how will that change things for you the most? Do you think? What's gonna be the biggest difference?
I have no idea, man. My routines and everything are just going to change. That's one thing I know. Like, I don't think I'll be sleeping for the next 2 years. But it's just it's interesting, man. I don't know. It's a new experience for me, and I'm excited to learn from it. I'm excited to feel what that different kind of love is like when you have your own kid. And my motivations are different. You know, my priorities are a little less geared toward fighting and more toward being able to take care of my daughter than anything. You know, that's number one.
Yeah.
But my fight career has been a little bit on the back burner now. But I'm still just as passionate. I'm still just as hungry, and I still want to make the most of the years I got left. You know, it's not like I'm old. I'm only 29, turning 30 in November. So it's not like I don't have another 5-6 years of prime like performances left. But you know, I just realized that after getting to the UFC and having been released, I put all my cards in one basket, and it really put me behind in my life. So I never want to allow that to happen again, especially after a big win. You get this big win, you're on top of the world. Everyone is telling you how hot shit you are. And then it makes you really think like, well, man, maybe I have another shot and get back to the UFC or do this. And yeah, I know it's possible, but like, don't let the hype fool you. You know what I mean? Like, don't let the hype change your perspective on how the game is. Because at the end of the day, you're all hyped up because you got to win, but I could have easily been in Mike Breeden's shoes and been really down bad. You know, I could work really hard the next fight and still not to get the result because by chance and luck. You know, this fight game is like, it's a great thing, it's beautiful, but at the end of the day, it never loves you back. So you got to make sure you take care of yourself, take care of your family before you throw everything into this. Because if you throw everything into this, I guarantee you it won't give you everything back, or not, or most of the time it won't. You know,
it's ruthless.
Most of the time it won't.
Yeah, I agree on that. It is a ruthless sport. I mean, I guess we should just as well be happy we're not in boxing, right? Because that's even worse. That's
But if you look at the purse, did you see the Crawford Canelo fight?
yeah.
Fucking masterclass by Bud, by the way. But
Oh
if you look
yes.
at the purses, they got like 100. They made like 100 mil each.
Yeah. Yeah.
They made like 100 mil each. That's more than probably Ilya's made in like every single fight in his career combined.
Yeah. The thing is, though, in
Guys,
boxing,
like
it's
who made
more
more money?
contained to the bigger fighters, right?
Yeah,
There's nothing left
yeah,
for the smaller fighters. So, I mean,
that's
it's
true. Unless you have big money backing you, like if you have like a
yeah,
management company or like a big promoter backing you, then you'll make the money coming up. But
yeah, yeah,
it's very like you said, it's very few and far between.
yeah, yeah. Do you have any advice for up and coming fighters? Because I know you've been through the grinder, let's say, right? And is there anything you got for them to keep going and get their mind on track?
Don't let the dream make you stupid.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing I gotta say. Don't let the dream and your drive make you stupid. Because it depends on where you're from, right? Like if you're from other countries, a lot of times like the government like will finance fighters and athletes to be able to pursue things, right? Like travel to different training camps and do things like that. But especially for like my American fighters, the guys that don't really come from much or have all this financial support, man, make sure you do things to sustain yourself and prioritize your way of living.
Mm.
That way you can perform and be able to fight freely. You know, I feel like when you have so much on the line and like you're forced to sleep in your car, you can't pay any of your bills, then you got to go fight, and then all you can think of what's on the line, like it really can hinder the way you fight. And like I think a lot of that this game is like very mental, and I
Yeah,
feel like when I put myself in those bad situations where it was like all or nothing in every single fight, I feel like it started to affect me over time, and it started to like really fuck with the way I was performing. I couldn't really enjoy what I was doing. I stopped like caring about fighting and more caring about the business and status, you know?
yeah,
So I just feel like just don't let the dream make you dumb. Make sure you prioritize and sustain yourself, and don't be afraid to take a day off and go to work. Don't be afraid to to have a schedule that you might not be able to train as much, but I feel like it's just as important to be stable
mm.
and in your life so that you can be free mentally. That's like 50% of the game right there. So if you have that in order, I feel like if you just train with a high quality, like you can be just as good, and
Yeah,
you'll actually get to that point to where you can quit your job quicker than if you quit your job and go all in on it first, you know?
yeah,
So I think that's like something, a piece of advice I'd give, you know?
yeah. Yeah, that's a good thing, and you see more and more fighters also opening up about financial struggles, coming up to fights and stuff like that, and actually it's paying off for them to be that open. So that's a good thing to see that more people are taking inspirations from that and being open about it, right?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like I just don't want to. I feel like I'm at an age now where like I'm turning 30, right? And like I
Mm.
feel like now I'm actually pursuing a new career. I'm trying to be a police officer right now.
Oh, really?
So I've been working toward going to the police academy and getting a career stable. And it's a 4 day off on, 4 day off schedule. So I'll still be able to fight. I'll still be able to do this, but I'll have a stable income, a stable career that I can do after I'm done fighting. You know, because when you think
Yeah.
about it, like fighting is a small window. Like
Mm.
how long is when is your fight career over? Like let's be real. Like how many guys are really truly fighting at the highest level after 35?
Yeah, unless you're Yoel Romero, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I don't know what the fuck he's on or what genetics he has. But he's 47 and still fighting for fun and shit. But like he's not fighting at the highest level. Look who he's fighting.
Yeah,
Talking about
yeah,
fighting like for UFC titles to get in the UFC.
mm,
So you know what I mean? Like things like that. Like when you're fighting to be like an S tier fighter, you know,
yeah,
like your window is only really to like 35, 37 at the latest. Like you see Alex Pereira, like he's a special case, you know?
yeah.
But like not many guys, you always see that decline around 34, 35, 36, you know?
Mm.
So I don't feel like I want to be a guy that wants to be fighting at that level after 35, 36. I would
No,
still like to fight,
yeah,
but I want to make sure when I retire from fighting, I still have my faculties. I don't want the sport to retire me. I want to be in a good position and be set up for the next half of my life, man.
yeah,
Because fighting is a small window, and you got to make sure you take care of yourself.
yeah. You ever thought about training people? Is that something you could earn a living off from, maybe?
Well, eventually, maybe that's what I've been doing pretty much my whole adult life. As I've been fighting, I also coach private clients. I teach classes, things like that. That's how a lot of us fighters sustain ourselves. You know, coaching, doing security, working restaurants, like stuff like that. Pretty standard jobs for fighters that you'll get.
Yeah.
My dream was always to open my own gyms and teach the next generation. I always said I want to be a world champion fighter and a world champion coach eventually.
Okay.
But now I feel like with having a daughter and getting into law enforcement and stuff, like I can still see that being a thing. but I just got to take it one step at a time and see where God takes me. You know, I feel like I'm going to enjoy this career really a lot. I feel like it's one of the few things in my life that like I'll have the skills to apply my martial arts credentials and principles to real life. You know, that's the one thing I was saying when I'm about to turn 30 and I'm watching all my friends have kids, get married, have great careers, travel the world, do all type of things. And I got to the UFC, got released, and had nothing to show for it. I'm like, I never went to college. I don't have any other skills. You know what I mean? I feel like I need to do something or find something to sustain myself because I feel like I put everything into this and I neglected everything else in my life. So
Yeah.
like I said, I'm gonna take it one day at a time and move forward in my life in this next chapter and see where it takes me, man. But I think once I get my ducks in a row, I would definitely be open to opening up schools, probably with my coach as well, another MMA science affiliate, probably, and growing from there.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good plan. And it takes time to settle into that reality that you've come to as well, right? I mean,
no idea, brother. As fighters, we have a lot of identity issues. Like
yeah.
that's why when you lose, you hit the lowest lows. Because like, damn, like what do I have if I can't win at this? The only thing I ever do if I lose and I'm not good at it, like who am I? You know?
Yeah.
And I've become very comfortable in my own skin and knowing who I am. And I've preached in a couple interviews. I don't give a fuck about anything with fighting. Like even when I fought Mike Breeden this last fight, like this was the chillest I've been in any locker room, in any
Yeah.
fight environment ever in my life. Like I was in the locker room and I knew regardless of what happens, whether I win or lose, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna have my baby. I'm gonna be pursuing this career. My bills are paid. Everything's in order. Nothing changes, win or lose. So I literally didn't care whether I won or lost. I was there purely to fight. Like I just
That's
wanted to fight. I didn't care about. Obviously, I'm not there to lose, but like I didn't care about the result. I just was enjoying the moment, and I wanted to have. I was just having so much fun, you know.
yeah, yeah.
And you
That's
saw that. You see the performance.
most definitely you could see that in the fight that you were loose, you know. You weren't stiff at all and you were calm and collective and took your time with it as well.
Hmm?
Is that a big difference, would you say, from your previous fight? It's
Absolutely, bro. I think that's like the number one thing. Like usually in the locker room, I'm a fucking head case. I got my headphones on. I'm not talking to anybody. I'm mean mugging, mean ass face.
okay.
This fight, I didn't sit down. I didn't have headphones on. I was watching dudes get knocked out on the TV. And usually in the locker room, you're watching the other fights, and you're like, it kind of freaks you out. You're like, oh my god, like I'm about to go next. I didn't give a shit about any of that, bro. I really enjoyed
Okay.
just being there and just being in the moment and just
Yeah.
like I didn't care about the tickets I sold or the fans or sponsors. I didn't care about what the organization or media thought about me. I didn't care what anyone thought about me. I literally just wanted to go display my technique and all the work I put in
Yeah.
and just enjoy it. You know, like when you get up, did you ever train? You train before? I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So when you first went into a gym, you paid your membership,
Mm,
right? And you
mm,
go to class and you're excited. You get off work, you know, you have a long day, you go to class, you're excited to go to class, you're
yeah.
excited to go train, right?
Yeah.
You know, like when you get deep into the pros or like you get to the UFC or you get to these levels, it almost feels like a job. Like I'm going to training because I'm going through the motions. I don't feel like I like want to be there anymore, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Especially when you take a couple of L's and your confidence is low and your life
Mm,
is kind of fucking going into shambles. You're like, man, like why the fuck am I doing this? Like you start to hate the sport because the business will ruin it for you,
yeah.
you know? So now I learned to go in there and just really enjoy it. Like I'm not just going to a class to enjoy training. I'm going to fight to just enjoy fighting.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not in it for anything else but what I'm actually doing. You know, everything about the sport is terrible except the actual fight itself. The
Yeah.
politics, the fucking, the media, even a lot of the toxic fans that you get. Like,
Mhm.
you know, it's
Yeah.
crazy. Like, it really can drain you. And I've learned
Yeah.
to kind of like block out those noise, know who I am, and not let those things drain me, and just enjoy the fight.
Yeah. That's a really good head place to be in, man. I'm happy you came to that at this point. I mean,
Yeah, I feel like if I'm like that any fight, I don't feel like anybody can beat me. I feel
no.
like if I'm loose and just enjoying myself, I don't even care about belts. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Did you see the video of Terrence Crawford with Canelo?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
he gave him his belt back?
Yeah.
That was like a great representation of like what I mean. Like
Yeah.
it's not about belts, it's not about anything. It's just about enjoying yourself, challenging yourself, and
Yeah.
just being a good person. You know, and I think that
Yeah.
that's a super important thing. You know,
Yeah.
like even me, like I've done other fights. I've mean mugged my opponent. I get into character and like whatever. And like I realized I don't even got to do that shit no more. Like me and Mike Breeden, like we're super cool. Like we
Yeah.
were talking shit at our medical exams. Like I'm not saying you got to be super friendly with every opponent, but like I've learned to put in my head, like, I don't need to put on no facades or personality to make myself go perform. Just go have
Yeah.
fun and like I'm gonna be my best. Whether a guy talks a bunch of shit or whether he's really humble and nice, like, I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
you're my opponent, not my enemy. I'm going out there to show what I did, what I do.
Yeah. In the end, it was actually the opposite. You needed it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was great.
Yeah.
Great.
I think it's gonna show in your next upcoming fights as well that it's made a change for you. I think we saw that this past weekend at DBX. How was getting back into fighting? This was a different rule set as well. Did you have to make many adjustments for that, or?
I mean, I trained a lot of strict boxing for this fight. Like I had my
Yeah.
boxing coach Jamal Hargrove. He's like kind of like a Baltimore kind of like Baltimore kind of style of boxing. Like it's like it's like a little slick but pressure style of fighting. So
Okay.
I've always been a guy that uses a lot of footwork and movement.
Yeah.
But one thing I learned training boxing for this fight is like that 50-50 range is like that's boxing range, right?
Mm.
So my original coach, my head coach Roger Cross, always preached to me, don't stay in the 50-50. Take your angles. Don't stay there where you can get hit. Like, if you're in the 50-50, that means he can hit me and I can hit him, right? We're both in distance. But what I've learned from this new coach is like if you got the right defense and you're confident in that defense and your movement and you have good habits from that space, you don't have to always move,
No, no.
So if you saw me with Mike, like, I was not worried about running around on him. I was going right at him.
Yeah.
I was turning him subtly. I was not worried about that. Like my coach calls that, he says, when you get in that range, he's like, this is where we get the party started. I'm not trying to back up and stuff, but I'm also not trying to be a fucking meathead and take punches,
Mm.
But in this fight, you could see, even though I was in that range, like I didn't really take a lot of damage.
No.
I was catching shots in the gloves. I was moving my head. I was shoulder rolling. Like I was doing a lot of fun stuff that I've learned and been working on. And then I also have good Muay Thai from training with Gregory Chopin for a good year. And my coach has also really good clinch and stuff like that. So I was able to implement that Muay Thai stuff when we got in the clinch,
Yeah.
When I was talking to Mike, he told me, he's like, bro, you were so fast. And then once I realized you were too fast for me, I wanted to clinch you and elbow you and make it dirty, but you were hanging on my head and clinching me so well, I couldn't do anything. So he's like, that's why he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna just go for the bonus. That's when you saw him putting his head down and doing all this shit because like he didn't really have any way to stop it.
No.
And in boxing, the difference is when you get a guy that's better than you in boxing, it doesn't get better, it'll only get worse because the guy's not going to make mistakes. There's no like alternative game plan. You can't take a guy down, you can't grapple them, you can't pin him to the wall. Like there's not a lot of like there's no plan B or plan C, D, E. You know what I mean? Like you don't have a lot of options. So I feel like I was able to pull away and use the rule set to my advantage. I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was a lot of fun. Dirty Boxing takes care of their fighters great. It's like a mini UFC. All the staff is great, very polite, very helpful, very attentive. All the scheduling super on point. Everything is boom, 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 boom. Photo shoots, poster signing, team medical meetings, fighter meetings. Everything was great, man. I loved every bit of it. They're a great organization. I look forward to fight for them again.
Yeah, and they even have the legendary John Anik commentating the fights. Who doesn't like that, right?
Brother.
Yeah, exactly.
His brother, yeah. You said John. I think it's Jason.
Oh yeah, sorry, I said John. That's right, Jason.
They're like the same shit though, bro. They're literally the same. Like they have the same skills, the same voice. Like they're so good, bro.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good thing to have the same voice and the same face as John Anik. I bet it's not a downside to the thing,
Yeah, but dude, he's just as good. Like that's the thing. He's just as good.
He really is.
It's like you have there's two of them.
He has the same energy. I mean, it's like the Bruce Buffer brothers, right?
Michael Buffer, Bruce Buffer.
Yeah.
Michael Buffer does have a little bit of a different energy, but it's the same level of like hype. You know what I mean?
And a crazy story, those.
He gives you like the old school boxing energy,
Yeah, completely. You can't get it from anybody else.
Yeah, but even Bruce can't match it. But he can't match Bruce either, right? They're both like the best in their round.
Yeah. It would be interesting to have them change around because now Dana White also are into boxing. Just try it out, see how it would go,
So sick. Maybe put Michael Buffer on a UFC event.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Then put like Bruce Buffer on a boxing event.
Exactly, that would be insane. I would like to see that.
Cool.
How the energy would change because it's they're both legendary. So
boxing gives me more like a gentleman's sport energy when you're at the fights.
Yeah.
And then you get like MMA is more like they want violence. MMA fight fans want violence. It's a little bit different.
There's a different crowd. I agree for sure.
Exactly. I was talking to my coach about that because like I was talking about like in boxing, like any MMA fan you hear talk about boxing, like usually they watch both, but like when they talk about boxing, they're like, "Oh, this guy's boring. He don't knock nobody out. He don't do this. He doesn't go for the kill." But
Yeah,
I'm like, man, like when you MMA fans, they just want knockouts. They want people to
yeah,
bleed. They want people to get hurt. But
yeah,
when you watch boxing, like good boxing is hit, don't get hit. It really is a science. And
yeah.
there's so much little
Appreciate the
things that
skill.
they're doing that, huh?
Appreciate the skill of it, right?
You gotta appreciate the defense when they're
Yeah,
moving their shoulders, how they're fading back, like all the little things about boxing that are so it's art, bro. You know, so like when you watch a guy like Shakur Stevenson, like there was one fight everyone was calling him a chicken, like he's running around and shit. But he would
yeah,
take a couple steps back, pressure, shoulder rolls. You know what I mean? Then the last fight, he won the whole fight, barely taking a step.
yeah,
Billy Shell, counters, like bro, those things are beautiful. You gotta appreciate the little things, you know?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It really is beautiful when it's done right, right?
For
Uh,
sure. Absolutely.
we actually just got I know two boxers here from Denmark, Nikolai Tatarian and Sebastian Tatarian, who just got signed at Las Vegas at Top Rank Boxing. So that's
Oh,
somebody
nice.
to
Eddie
look.
Hearn, right? Eddie Hearn?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I think so. Yeah, and those are something to keep an eye out for Olympic boxers as well. So I'm excited to see where that
Did
goes.
they
But
medal?
huh?
Did they medal? That doesn't
No,
really
no,
matter. It's
sadly
not
not this
politics,
time.
but I'm wondering if they medaled.
No, not this time, sadly. But we had a Danish wrestler, Tubal Bisultanov, who got a
Don't you have another guy from Denmark that was Mark Madsen? Was he done? Is he from Denmark?
Mark O. Madsen. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a
Madsen,
three-time
Denmark.
Olympian actually. Medal winner, and he just started his own promotion here in Denmark, MMA promotion called Air Tux Dominance Fighting Championship. Actually, it's really interesting, and it's probably gonna be one of Europe's biggest promotions because he's got a lot of people who's invested in it. So it's gonna be really good. And
Awesome. Is he still in the UFC or did he get released?
oh, he got released, but he took a trip to the United States with his family to try and chase that dream. But his wife is sick with sclerosis, I think it is called in English as well. So they had to go
But
back
he's
home.
older though, right? He's like in his mid-30s, yeah?
Yes, I think he's 36, 37, and
Yeah, it's fine, man. It's fine. He had to go run. He did his thing, man.
oh yeah,
Regardless
yeah,
of whether continues to fight or not. Like I said, bro, like I feel like once you get a little older or like you've been doing this long enough, because like me, I'm still a baby. You know, I'm 29. I'm not saying I'm old,
no,
but I have been fighting since I was 18 years old. Like I've been like actively competing, like from amateur to pro, like
yeah,
a good little minute now. And I feel like after like I've had over 10 pro fights, I fought in the UFC, I've been in the Ultimate Fighter. Like
yeah.
for being my age, I feel like I have a pretty decent amount of experience. You
I
know,
agree, I agree.
and I feel like you have to like go through a lot of shit to really understand like how your mentality should be, you know. And
Yeah,
even now, like I feel like I've matured a lot, but even now I don't feel like I have it fully figured out. And I don't think in MMA or martial arts you'll ever have it figured out. You know, you're
no,
always learning, whether it be the skill aspect or the mind aspect or the spirit aspect, you know.
yeah.
So I hope he's doing good, man, because that dude is a killer, bro.
He
Fucking
really
beast.
is. He really is. And you also feel that in his new promotion that he really wants it. You know, he's all
Oh
work,
yeah.
no rest. So big respect for that guy. And I love working with him. I work with him sometimes as well. So, um, okay. Do you have time for other hobbies than just fighting? I know you got a baby on the way. Of course, that takes a lot of time.
I was playing games right before this interview.
Oh, good.
What I was saying. I was playing Madden. Like, you
Good.
gotta get
Good.
me playing hella video games. Like a lot. I
That's
also play basketball sometimes, like on my free time. But right now, I haven't been playing because obviously I haven't been able to do anything with my job.
yeah,
I can't run. I can't like lift heavy weights. I can't like obviously can't spar. I
yeah,
can't hit pads hard yet. Now I'm probably gonna do something this like towards the end of the week, like 60. I can punch like 60%. So I
yeah.
can start doing like a little light bag work and stuff. But I do that. What else do I do? I love football Sundays with my friends. I'll be going to hang out with my friends every Sunday watching football, betting on
Okay.
games and stuff like that, gambling and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but man, like I haven't really had much hobbies, man. I've been kind of a homebody, trying to just stay focused, stay locked in. I had a coming up until this happened, so
Yeah.
I was really just training, bro. I was just training my ass off. I haven't really usually when I fight, I don't have a lot of time for everything because any free time I get is just rest.
Yeah.
You know, so
Okay. And
yeah.
we talked a bit about it, but do you have a specific goal you're going after? I know you're not probably not in that headspace right now where you're setting specific goals in that manner, but is there anything you're chasing in the sport as of now, other than obviously we want to see you back in the UFC and you probably want to come back to the UFC. I think that's where you belong. So
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I mean, yeah, I mean that would be the ideal. I mean, I would love to go back to UFC, but and I feel like that would be my goal. My goal is always to be the best me that I can absolutely be.
mm,
But one thing I'm done doing is comparing my career to other people's careers, comparing my timeline to other people's.
yeah,
I'm at this point, I'm literally taking it one fight at a time, doing the best I absolutely can. And if it's in God's will to take me back to the UFC, if it's God's will to put me in the top 10, if it's God's will to get me a world title, then so be it. I'm gonna do whatever is best in my power to get to be the best that I can be and possibly get to that point if I possibly can. I have
mm,
no doubt I'm capable of it. But in this sport, it's all about timing and circumstance and whether someone's willing to throw you a bone sometimes, brother. It's a very
yeah,
subjective thing. It's like art, right? You ever seen like an art gallery?
mm,
You might have a canvas. It's the most beautiful painting you've ever seen. It looked like it took a year of work to make. And then you
yeah,
have another painting that has a little dot in the wall
yeah,
and it's worth $1 million,
yeah,
and the one that got worked so hard on is $100.
yeah, yeah,
That's an exaggeration. Let's say 100,000.
mm,
One's 100,000, and the little dot that took 5 seconds is fucking $1 million.
yeah, yeah,
You know, fighting's super subjective. I've seen guys that are in the UFC that are terrible and have no business being in the UFC. They just
mm,
have the right marketing, they have the right market behind them, they have friends,
yeah,
they have the right manager,
yeah,
and then you got guys that are fucking killers that are killing everybody, fighting everyone outside of the UFC, and they have to work till they're fucking 20-0 and 33 years old to get a chance. You know,
yeah, yeah,
so at the end of the day, I'm not holding my breath. One thing I'll never do is believe or act like the UFC owes me anything because they
mm,
fucking don't owe anybody anything and they'll throw you to the side, no problem, you know?
yeah,
And I'm not trying to hate on them as a business because I would never want to talk shit about a company I want to work for.
mm,
But it's just the way the sport goes. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. So,
yeah,
like I said, I'm going to take it one fight at a time, one day at a time, and hopefully we get to that point. I'm probably going to be out for the next 6 months to a year doing this police academy stuff,
yeah,
focusing getting this career going, get my ducks in a row, get my money up. I was going to take another fight before I went.
yeah,
I
okay,
should hopefully, if things go correctly, I should be starting in November. But I broke my jaw, so unfortunately, I couldn't take one before then.
yeah,
I really wish I could have. I had a few opponents and options lined up. Whether it be for dirty boxing, they wanted me on the Nashville card. I also had a CFFC or a title in Philly. They wanted me to fight in the main event up there.
mm,
So that would have been cool too. But
yeah,
it is what it is. Like I said, I'm not rushing the process. I'm on my own timeline, and I'm
yeah.
just gonna enjoy it every day. Every day I'm alive, you know.
Yeah, and it's probably for the better right now that you focus on your police academy thing. You have a baby coming on the way, you know.
And my girl can't work.
And your girl
He's
can't
like,
work,
"Take
so
care."
you see it's probably the best thing for you at the moment. And when you get back, you have time and you have a better foundation for it, you know.
Absolutely, brother.
Yeah,
But you know, and I really don't care. The one thing about that I really wish I could fight again is because even though I know I say I don't care about the opinions, at the end of the day, as far as career progression, the longer you're out, the less relevant you are. You know.
yeah,
So even after a week, you're fucking not irrelevant. You know, you get a big win. By the time they talk about it at work on Monday, by the time it's Wednesday, no one gives a shit. So
yeah, yeah,
I'm just taking it one day at a time and just
yeah,
doing it for me. You know, I can't really overthink the process. Just do what I got to do, and we get back and we get back.
yeah, exactly. Okay, man, pleasure to have you, really, and I hope that your kid is gonna be well and healthy when you get her. It's really soon, so all the best to you, man. Let's see when the next fight is gonna come up, and we will have you on again, and we can make a bit of noise from that. Okay.
Oh man, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for having me, brother.
Always, man.